Hey there, night wanderers. Welcome to the Sleepless History Lab, where we study the past from the quiet side of night.
At this hour, when the world slows down and the noise outside finally fades, something else wakes up. Your mind, your thoughts, your memories. These are your fears and the truths you attempt to evade. Tonight, let's walk through them. Let's explore why your mind becomes louder, deeper, and more honest after midnight. This is the psychology of midnight thoughts. Chapter 1: The Shift of Midnight. Around midnight, your brain enters a different state, less analytical, more emotional, more sensitive, more honest. The prefrontal cortex, the logical part, begins to slow down. The amygdala, the emotional center, becomes more active. And that's why small worries feel heavier, memories feel sharper, and feelings you hid all day suddenly rise to the surface. You're not broken, you're just in a different mode, a nighttime version of yourself that feels more real.
Chapter 2: Why the world feels quieter, but your mind doesn't. During the day, noise protects you. Notifications, people, tasks, movement. Noise hides your thoughts. It gives you something else to focus on. But at night, the world goes silent, and the silence becomes a mirror. You begin hearing things you've been avoiding. Questions about life, memories you never finished processing. Feelings that never got space to breathe. Silence doesn't create thoughts. It reveals them.
Chapter 3: Overthinking and the brain's night mode. There's a term psychologists use: cognitive distortion amplification. It means your brain exaggerates things more at night. Why? Because fatigue rewires your perception. When you're tired, your emotional brain becomes louder than your rational one. So a tiny mistake feels like a disaster. A simple message left unseen feels like rejection. A quiet room feels like loneliness. Your brain at midnight isn't lying. It's just dramatic. Chapter 4: Why old memories come back at night. Have you noticed? At night, your mind replays things you thought you forgot. A conversation from years ago. A mistake you made at 14. Something embarrassing. Something painful. Something unresolved. It's not random. Nighttime activates your brain's memory consolidation process. It reviews your life like a movie. It tries to understand what still hurts and what still needs healing. Midnight is when your past knocks on your door, not to haunt you, but to be acknowledged. Chapter 5: The Loneliness Effect. Psychologists call it the lonely hour. Between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m., people report the highest feelings of loneliness. Not because you're physically alone, but because your emotional defenses are lower. At night, you compare yourself more. You doubt yourself more. You question everything more. It's okay. Your brain is simply more sensitive in the dark. Chapter 6: The Honesty of Midnight. Here's something powerful. Your midnight thoughts are often the most honest thoughts you have. Not the most accurate, not the most logical, but the most honest. Because at night, you stop pretending, you stop rushing, you stop performing for the world. And what's left is you. Your fears, your insecurities, your hopes, your dreams, your desire for connection, purpose, meaning, and peace. Midnight strips away the mask you wear in the daytime. This is the version of you that wants to be healed. Chapter 7: Nighttime Anxiety. Why do problems feel worse at night? Because anxiety feeds on quiet. Anxiety grows in stillness. It loves when there's nothing else to focus on. At midnight, your brain solves problems that don't exist, creates scenarios that won't happen, and worries about things you've already survived. Your brain isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to protect you. It just doesn't know when to stop. Chapter 8: Dreaming While Awake. Midnight thoughts aren't only painful. Sometimes they're magical. This is the hour of creativity, the hour of imagination, the hour of ideas. Writers, musicians, and artists often create their best work here because the brain becomes more fluid, more open, and connected to emotion. The night brings clarity we can't find during the day. It brings visions. It brings inspiration. You're not just overthinking. You're dreaming with your eyes open. Chapter 9: What your midnight thoughts are trying to tell you. Your midnight thoughts a message, not to scare you, not to punish you, but to guide you. When you feel lonely, your mind is asking for connection. When you replay memories, your mind is asking for closure. When you fear the future, your mind is asking for direction. When you question your worth, your mind is asking for compassion. Midnight thoughts are not the enemy, they're the messenger. The truth about midnight. As the night deepens and the world stays quiet, remember this. Your midnight thoughts reveal you, but they do not define you. They are the parts of you that want to be heard, but not the parts that should make decisions. Listen to them, but don't fear them. Let them speak, but don't let them control you. And when morning comes, let the sun remind you that every heavy midnight thought looks different in the light. You are growing, you are healing, you are learning, one midnight at a time. Good night, and thank you for spending this hour with me.
You've been listening to the Sleepless History Lab. Stories from the past for sleepless minds. If this story kept you company tonight, you can leave a light, subscribe, share, or save for later. It helps the lab stay awake a little longer. Good night, wherever you are.